She spent a number of years as a fishmonger, and now she is a grassroots campaigner promoting the Eurosceptic cause. She's standing in Yorkshire. Please welcome Lucy Harris.
Hello everyone. I'm Lucy Harris. I've run a national campaign bringing Brexit supporters and sometimes non-Brexit supporters together over a pint and a chat for 3 years now. I've been travelling up and down the country, and of course I've been in Yorkshire quite a lot. And I know there's some people here today that might have been from Yorkshire, who's here to support me, which is fantastic. And I've been from, small seaside towns to hilly hamlets, and I've met such a depth of vibrant and inspirational characters who have touched me with their stories, their histories, and their aspirations. I went up to Cumbria last February for a funeral, but to lighten the mood, I held a pub meet up there for local Leave voters. To my surprise, a man walked through the door who I recognised. He was a man who had selflessly looked after my grandparents for 5 years, delivering their milk, stopping by to say hi and have local gossip with them, and he put a smile on their faces every single day. He made sure they weren't forgotten. And he was a community man through and through. And might I add, no amount of EU funding could ever recreate that authentic care and affection for a neighbour. He sat in the pub with me, gripping his local brew, and proceeded to tell me, as what he saw a complete dismissal of our vote from ordinary people like him by the political class. His exasperation was a sentiment that is echoed throughout communities I've visited, rippling through fields to towns and across to bigger cities where I first started my Brexit journey. I travelled back to London, an unlikely source of Leave voters, you might think, but beneath the surface there are Leavers everywhere. Ooh, terrible. From teachers to media professionals to city workers, yet many are too afraid to come out as Leave voters and stand up for their democratic rights out of fear of repercussions in their professional and social lives, or simply by being labelled racist or stupid by their former friends. In London, teachers recount appalling stories of being forced to eat their lunch in the IT room as a punishment from colleagues. Media professionals tell of being excluded from meetings because of their vote, while freelance musicians reveal how they've been refused work due to their Brexit stance. Across the UK, many people have faced the choice of either staying quiet over Brexit or facing social ostracisation. Those who are lucky enough to hold influential positions in our society have often exploited them to discredit a legitimate political stance held by their fellow citizens, and indeed a majority of them. The refusal of the political class to accept the democratic mandate of the referendum has only perpetuated divisions within our country and continues to damage the valuable social cohesion. It's not just the collective political failure to respect the referendum, but the way ordinary people who support it have been marginalised and vilified. That is truly damaging to the fabric of our democracy. So today, I joined the Brexit Party because it is the right thing to do. Though I may not agree with everyone I will be sharing a platform with politically, I believe democracy is the cause that trumps all others. And now it is the time for anyone who believes in it to unite around it. It is the ultimate expression of equality. It protects the voiceless, gives the opportunity for every individual to direct the future of our society and a say in how their daily lives are affected. It is the only way for us to achieve a fair and just society. But not only this, the man I met in the pub, I want to be able to have the opportunity to stand up for local people who are the backbone of our communities. My friends, my family, my neighbours, and acquaintances yet to be made. People who feel they are not getting a fair hearing. People who have been denied the dignity of goodwill from our elected representatives. Those who feel their vote has been exploited to the ends of someone who does not represent them. But most of all, I want to stand up for people that Theresa May has failed by not withdrawing from the European Union, a promise she made repeatedly on the back of the most colossal mandate this country has ever seen. This is an incredible breach of trust with the British public, and we cannot let it go unrecognised at the ballot box. We must be bold, put our heads above the parapet, and stand up for our communities and our democracy. And I invite you to stand with me and change politics for good. Thank you.